This hero is pretty sweet. I do like the ability to where he's dealing damage to all enemies at fast speed. Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you're curious about any other hero in Empires and Puzzles, you can view my website at anchorgame.com. There you will find I've graded every single hero with a calibrated team of graders. This resource will always be free. Thinking about supporting the hero grades and the breakdown videos? You're welcome to donate. Otherwise, feel free to share this resource with a friend. I have my exclusive line group called Anchor Cove, where you gain access to myself and tons of other experienced players with on-demand information and resources. If that piques your interest, all that information is on the opening page of my website with a short video. Let me dive into today's hero breakdown. Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Today we are doing a brand new hero breakdown on Odin. This majestic man is rolling in at 762 on his attack, 751 on his defense, and 1330 on his health. Statistically, he's got above average on his attack, pretty solid defense, and I do like that health total there. He's running at fast speed. He's part of the Valhalla heroes, and he's part specifically of the Midgard. So all allies get between 5%, 10%, 15% attack as long as they are a Midgard ally has low health. Those specific heroes will get that little extra boost if you got some Midgard homies hanging out on your team. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It is a free massive turn-based dark fantasy RPG. If you want a huge head start in Raid, all you have to do is click on the link in the description. If you're a new player, you get a 1-day XP boost, 3 Raid Flasks, 1 Ancient Shard, 1 Void Champion Bulwark, and 50 gems. All your treasure is waiting for you right over here. As far as this hero special, he deals 100% damage to all enemies, deals an additional 18% damage per each holy shield on the board, up to 244% damage in total. All allies get plus 8% mana generation and further 3% increase for each holy shield on the board for 3 turns, up to plus 29% mana generation. This hero is pretty sweet. I do like the ability to where he's dealing damage to all enemies at fast speed. Not to mention he's also giving an additional 18% for each holy shield, up to 244, which I think the last time I calculated that out, it's only between 8 or 9 tiles that you need to have to where you're at fast speed, essentially dealing up to 244% damage. Yeah, it's quite a bit. And then he's also setting it up so all your allies are getting 8% mana generation. And then again, you got that situation to where if you've got like 8 on the board, all your dudes are getting 29% mana generation for 3 turns. Yeah, so fast speed, gaining mana for all your guys, dealing a whole bunch of damage. It's a recipe for disaster. I don't know how Small Giant seems to justify releasing so many heroes like this, but it is what it is. We're just supposed to be excited about Season 3 heroes, so we just spend a whole bunch of money. When we look at his emblems, he is part of the Paladin class, so definitely there's that debate right now between Teleria. I think that this was one of the times where this might have pushed Teleria out of the tank position and possibly be giving him the emblems. There is a situation for that to possibly be happening, and not to mention that people are close to probably on their second set of Paladin emblems, so you could potentially use you could potentially be using Teleria and Odin on the same team with pretty high defensive emblems going around. If you're looking to add emblems to him, I think it's important to just keep him alive. And then, you know, there is definitely the case to be made to where you're just dealing the damage and you're also increasing his attack special. So that could be a thing for sure too. So I think a balanced approach might be your best bet. So prioritizing attack, defense, and then health. When we look at his Titan grade, he is currently going to get an A-. This is close to an A grade, possibly. He does have the 762% on his attack power. Obviously, if you throw some emblems on him, could be used. I do like that he's going to be increasing the mana generation, but he doesn't really help out in terms of really impacting the Titan score that much by himself. But he does help out with the mana generation, not to mention he's at fast speed. But probably not my first hero. There is some usability. He's going to get an A- grade there. Now, when we look at his offensive grade, he is currently at an A, very close to an A+. I could see this guy just being a monster. You pair him with just about any hero. If you've got like White Rabbit or even Guardian Jackal, you set them up, they go off, he deals a whole bunch of damage. Not to mention that Guardian Jackal is also running at, with him running at very fast speed, and him running at fast speed, it sets it up so they pair extremely well together, and you could just essentially kill somebody with that, especially if there's a bunch of tiles on the board. So I do like that he is running at fast speed, and it is dependent on Holy Shields being on the board, because with him being charged up, there is that potential to where you have a bunch of shields on the board. And then not to mention just gaining mana for your guys is going to be really cool. So the only issue is that maybe you're in an awkward position. I have seen this, I know, with me when I've been using like Radasuker, to where Radasuker goes off, and then it's like I want to use him, but there isn't the tiles on the board to really get the most availability of the increased attack increase for him. So I could see a little bit of a similar situation to where you're using Odin, and it's like you fired off your guys, you have him running, and you're kind of holding off because you're waiting for more Holy Shields to go off to really maximize it. But I still think that there is a lot of usability. That's why he's got the A grade. Now, when we look at him defensively, he is going to get a B+ as far as the tank grade goes. I think that you could use him there. I do like his defensive stats and his health total. They're pretty decent. They're above average, but probably not my first pick on that. I think that a hero like Frigg could definitely get the nod there because you're getting the defensive down. But whereas you want him to kind of develop the board a little bit before he goes off because of the Holy Shields. Whereas like Frigg, when she's going off in the tank position, you just want to have the defensive down, and that's going to help out a ton. So he's still going to get a solid B+ grade there. Where he is going to be shining the most, I think that he's going to get an A+ in the flank position. I did increase his grade a little bit there. I think that he pairs with just about every single hero really, really well. Not to mention, a lot of people are using Frigg and Odin on the same teams, so it really forces your opponent to be getting rid of either yellow or green tiles, and that really will change the dynamic of things. And I've seen him just do a whole bunch of damage, not to mention that he's also gaining the mana at fast speed. He's pretty ridiculous. He is going to get an A+. I think that he is battling it out between Drake Fong as far as which hero might be the best flank, and I see that there is possibly a nudge in Odin's favor on that, just because of the mana generation and the ability to just deal so much damage to all enemies at fast speed. And then in the wing, he is going to get an A grade there. Being able to just hit a whole bunch of damage, might have some course to go up, but I think that you really want him in the flank position so that you can make sure you take advantage of the mana generation for your characters as soon as possible. And you want to potentially have him to the left flank, because if he is gaining the mana generation, you want to set it up so you can actually gain the mana for your team, and when he goes off, that it gains the mana. So there is a little bit of that debate between left or right, but if you're having any defensive down, you want the defensive down to be on the left instead. So overall, he is going to get a defensive grade of an A. Again, very close to an A+. I was really close on making that call. I think that he's a little bit unknown. I think people know the potential for him. I just don't know if he gets that slight edge to be at an A+ yet, but very close. I could see that being shifted definitely in the near future. So when we look at his weekly raid grade, he is going to get an A- on rush attack. Obviously, with him running at now very fast speed, it changes things, but I still think he's an absolutely amazing hero on rush attack. Maybe this goes into an A. I think maybe I might have given him a little bit of a knock, but I don't think he goes into an A+ because he's not broken, but still very much usable in rush attack. And then when we look at his buff grade, he is going to get an A grade. The only reason why he doesn't get a better grade on this is because the mana generation, it does count towards like the buff, but it's not a major buff that you like essentially need in terms of buff. But still, with him running at fast speed, it's pretty broken. And then on Bloody Battle, he's going to get an A+. Obviously, he just destroys you. Also punishes you if you have a bunch of tiles that are yellow and he goes off. He's just going to be a monster. He's going to get an A+. He is going to get an overall grade of an A+1/2. It's very close. Currently, right now, he is at an A. Could definitely have the argument to where he is an A+. I don't really see it too much of him going down to an A-, but I think A is pretty suitable for where he's at. Being a month into the game, really useful hero to have come up. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Did I get this right? Is it wrong? I appreciate all the support. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next video. So those specific, all right.